Boys are back in town.
Week 11.
Get dancing.
Get funky.
Get groovy.
Give us a little ASMR. Come on.
Oh, if you're in your car listening, hit some moves. Hit some moves.
Yeah, stop this podcast and do a little dance. Come on. Feel happy. You dropped the bomb on me. You dropped the bomb on me. You dropped the bomb on me. We dropped the trend
back.
on you.
Welcome back to what? The 23rd installment of the First Ninja Sports Podcast. Jordan episode. The Jordan episode.
You know,
or the Taylor Swift episode.
We can't lose. No. Taylor Swift is
22 would have been the Taylor Swift. I'm sorry.
Come on.
I'm not thinking.
I have a Swiftie girlfriend. I know all the deets.
You were bumping. You were bumping.
Yeah, I was bumping Evermore like it was nothing.
Evermore? What is that, one of the songs?
That's like I think that's like one of her recent albums. I just pulled that out of my ass.
I'm thinking of like Paramore, like the emo band.
No, that's just one of like her latest albums. I'm pretty sure.
All right. Enough with Taylor Swift.
Yeah. But if you want, guys, comment below. We could do a little music episode. That would be a little good idea, honestly.
I guess, yeah. When
Sports
football
and music.
gets dry, when football gets dry, we're gonna need stuff to do. So, just leave some suggestions down below. Why not?
Yeah, what you want us to talk about?
Yeah,
it'd be fun.
What do the people want to hear? But
Yeah, really.
enough with all this. Enough with all this off-topic
Banter.
talk. Yeah. Let's get into the meat and potatoes of what we do here at the First Ninja Sports Podcast.
Yeah, we go soup to nuts on this on the slate every week.
Pick'em is our meat and potatoes, like I said. Last week, a little bit rough for me. I went 6-8, not terrible, not great,
Ew,
under 500. Gross.
That's not Mikey Sharps. Where's he been these last
that's
few
out
weeks?
No, I've been good the last. Dude, I went 8-1-3 last.
No,
but
week.
week.
You're not doing Mikey Sharp shit anymore. The last
I got
3
some
weeks.
I got some Mikey Sharp stuff for you lined up. So
I think you're getting in your
that.
head a little too much. I think Vegas has some trickery going on with you.
Last
they got the upper
week
hand.
Last week I bet pretty biased. I was like, I hate the Packers. The Cowboys are going to win. That cost me.
Mm-hmm.
True. I'm not betting with my. I'm not going to bet with my heart this week.
You're betting with your mind. I mean, it's good to switch it up. I feel like it always really refreshes the way you think of the game and the football itself. When you're thinking, if you bet with your penis, you might.
I don't know how you do that one.
You look up the cheerleaders, who has the hottest cheerleaders, and you pick them. From
I was
there.
going to say, what are you going to betting the Cowboys every week and pray?
Yeah.
All right, you had a very good week last week. You went 9-5.
Dude, I'm on the come up. You know that.
Yeah, you're streaking. You're going streaking right now.
Yeah, through the quads
On the year,
into the gymnasium.
On the year, I am 84-60-5. You're crawling back to 500, 70-74-5. You've been hot.
Yeah.
You've been scorching recently. You started off terribly.
There's an eternal fire in my soul right now for gambling. It's exciting.
Let's get right into it then. Thursday Night Football. Titans going into Lambeau Field, playing the Packers. Packers are favored by 3.5 points here. Kick it off. What's that fire in your balls tell you right now?
The fire in my balls thinks Packers coming off a short week, and mind you, that was a very emotional game for them. I think realistically they should have lost by 2 touchdowns, but 2 misfortunate plays. This always happens in football. 2 plays direct the outcome of the entire game.
Yeah, they always say like 3 to 5 plays determine the game for sure.
Exactly. So that's kind of what happened last week. Yes, Rodgers played good and Watson played his ass off. I don't think that's happening again. I'm going to take the Titans plus 3.5 here. Like people forget the Titans are a good team. Like they are slept on heavily.
They're probably going to
win.
win that division pretty easily. Yeah, because they're boring sometimes.
Just a boring
They
team, but
pound the ball with Derrick Henry. Yeah,
boring football sometimes works when you're playing the Packers. I'll read you my little spiel I wrote up.
Ryan will take his boys to Mecca. Sorry, Aaron, you goober. That mysterious look won't get you too much further. Christian Watson is going to get covered, and then he will be forced to throw to the ball to John Doe. Because besides Sammy Watkins, can you name one other guy on that team?
What's that guy's name? Oh my God.
Yeah, exactly.
Samori Torrey. Samori Torrey.
Samori Torrey. Like, come on. I'm loving Derrick Henry here as the Packers D is like sharp Swiss. After this game, you will find Rodgers and Pat Bev doing a spin-off to Full House. I think he's going to go off into some sort of reality, like fictional TV with Patrick Beverly. They're going to kind of have some controversial takes in the family.
Aaron Rodgers is going to be like, I don't agree with the vaccines.
And then Bev's going to be like, what? I'm aggressive. And try to box him out or something. I'll follow that up with some trends.
Oh,
yeah,
you got more trends. You're going from they're going to start Full House to the Numbies.
Yes, I mean that's what we do here, and I'm expecting you to do the same. Packers are 1-4 against the spread in their last 5 games following an against the spread win. It seems that they win a game with the spread, and then they're like, you know what, next game, we'll throw it to the other team. It's okay. Rodgers is really an equal guy. He doesn't like advantage. You know what I'm saying? He likes to give the other team an against the spread win. And you know how much I love these trends, man. These tickle my whistle so hard because they've been working. Packers are 0-4-1 against the spread in their last 5 games in Week 11. Something about Week 11, man. The Packers, they just like to chill, smoke a little pot, you know, like watch The Simpsons.
On that note, that sounds pretty cool. So I'm going to take the Packers.
Okay.
The Titans
Even
are
though
hot
you hate
against
the
spread.
Packers, how much
I
does
hate
this
the Packers.
literally hurt your soul?
It hurts my soul.
That on Thursday you're going to be like
I know. I'm going to be
undeniably
thinking
rooting
like,
for the
dude,
Packers.
yeah, for sure. Packers, not the Packers, I should say. Titans have covered 7 in a row after losing their first 2 against the spread.
That's crazy.
I think that streak has to come to an end, obviously, at some point. They're not covering the rest of the year out.
The law of
Packers
averages does work usually.
Yeah. The Titans, I just think there has to be a week where it just doesn't work. The Packers look like they may have found something offensively last week. That was easily Aaron Rodgers' best game of the year. Watson looks like he may be a weapon. Obviously, he's not going to go 110, 3 touchdowns every week, but it's better than what they've had, it looks like. So I think he'll be more involved. I just think this is a spot where the Titans lose. Packers are a tough home game always. I just think this is Packers, man. The -3.5 also tells me that.
You don't
Everyone
think the
knows
short
Titans-
week comes into any play here?
I mean, it happens for both teams, and the Packers are at home. Packers have been home back-to-back weeks.
No, but they played it was like the 4 p.m. game, and it was the later 4 p.m. game.
Yeah, but
Or
the
was
Titans
it-
also.
I think-
the
was it
Titans,
the 8 o'clock
the
game?
Titans also have to travel from Tennessee to Green Bay. It's definitely
True.
tougher on the Titans than anything.
I don't know, man.
I'll leave the
Especially,
Packers
it's probably
here at home.
tougher on Rodgers. I would probably
I'm
agree.
leaving. I'm leaving the home team here. I just think the Packers may have found something last week, so maybe it carries over
that
on the short week,
0.5 book is
especially.
going to come to probably bite
Exactly.
some of you in the ass.
Probably. I would obviously take it down to 3. But let's get on to the Sunday 1 p.m. games. Eagles going into Indianapolis, playing the Colts. Eagles are favored by 6.5 points right now. This line opened at 8, went down to 6.5. Kind of weird.
Where are you going?
I'm taking the Colts. I think that line movement is a little odd. Eagles on the road under Nick Sirianni. They're 6-7 against the spread, 1-3 against the spread this year. Colts are 2-2 against the spread at home this season. Also, I think this is still kind of a spot where the Colts are hyped up after last week. They don't have Frank Reich anymore. That play caller looks kind of interesting. Called a good game last week.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't
He
know.
actually called a good game. But then
He did
again, they
call-
played
yeah.
against
The Raiders.
the Raiders.
But the
mind you,
Eagles
which
might be
was-
reeling. The Eagles lost their first game. Maybe they're reeling a little bit. This is a
Okay.
weird line. Eagles haven't been good at covering on the road. I don't think the Colts win this game, but this is probably going to be a closer game than everyone thinks. Everyone's going to point to the game like blowout, blowout, blowout. I don't think so. I think it stays within the touchdown. I'll take the Colts there at home.
Yeah, I definitely see where you're coming from there, where the Eagles, it definitely could go this route with the Eagles unraveling after that really, really emotional loss for them because, I mean, to lose to the Commanders is pretty upsetting for them. Like, I wasn't expecting the Commanders to ruin the perfect season. I don't know. Even though I called it.
I mean, it makes
It
sense
was
that it
just
was
like-
in division. It makes sense
Yeah,
that it was
it
in
does.
division. I kind of figured it would be within the division.
I thought it would be like
it
the
happened.
Cowboys or us, honestly.
Yeah, I kind of thought it would be us, but I'm happy
Yeah,
it happened. I'm not
Me
going
too.
to. I'm not going to be like,
I'll-
oh shucks, Commanders
smile-
won.
I mean, we posted about 15 TikToks about the Commanders, so it's great. So,
Yeah, we were heavy on the Commanders train for that game.
I'm taking the Eagles. I feel like you never really want to get in the way of an eagle and its prey in the wild.
What are you, an Eagles fan?
No,
That sounds like something some dude with a cheesesteak up his butt would say.
I'm not an Eagles fan. You know me. Come on. Listen, I just feel like the Colts are one Matt Ryan cough away from being the worst team in the NFL. And that's not a false statement. It's pretty sad. I'm saying that all this Jeff Saturday shit too it's all puffery. They're all like blowing it up like he's such this big guy who leads the men and he's the gladiator and he'll lead any NFL team to the Super Bowl. But I'm calling bullshit. Dude is literally like, what does he like, have like a mentality of a 16-year-old? He's like, I lead men. Yes, that's what I'm confident in. He sounds like a 16-year-old after a football game.
I mean, it looks
you know
like it
what I'm
worked
saying?
a little bit. It worked a little bit last week.
Dude, it was a fluke. I could scheme up a better. I could literally beat McDaniel
It was the
by
Raiders.
myself.
He was probably getting a little bit too much credit, but I just think this is kind of a weird spot for the Eagles, especially after losing last week, man.
Dude, and
I'm not saying they lose. I would be shocked if they lost, but this is probably going to be a closer game than people will expect.
And in their last 5 games, it seems that when they cover like a win, when they like cover the next game, they seem to lose. They're 1-4 against the spread in their last 5 games following an against the spread win. So, and straight up win as well. So,
Yeah, fuck all that noise. Give me the Colts.
I think they're gonna hit the ground hard, and Jeff Saturday might be on the news crying. It's Sunday.
I think that happens eventually, but it's also week 2. They're probably still amped up. They're like, yeah, Jeff Saturday. They just won last week.
Nah, it'll be like
they got a game
Jeff
coming.
Monday.
They beat the Chiefs this year too, bro, at home. Like they're a
That's
team that's
prime
weird
time,
like that.
weird Vegas.
It wasn't prime
Great run
time. It was a
game.
1:00 game.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay, we're moving on.
It doesn't. Yeah,
Um,
I think this is a weird spot for the Eagles. Take the Colts.
Nah,
Rams
that's
going
puffery.
into New Orleans, playing the Saints. Saints are favored by 3.5 points here. No Cup, no Stafford, which is why I think we're both going to agree on this one. Saints here is an easy pick to me. If it's John Walford with no Cooper Kupp, the Rams might score 3 points. I don't think we really need to have any trends on this one, but I'm going to give you a couple.
Yeah. Hit us
McVay
because
is
we wouldn't be first in inches without.
Yeah, I'm
the
going to give you a
trends.
couple. Something light. McVay
Yeah, tickle
is
my
good
ear
on
with
the
a little
road.
trend.
McVay
Sorry to
is
keep
20.
cutting you off.
McVay is 24-18-2 against the spread on the road, but only 9-9-2 since 2020, 1-1-1 this year. And this year, the last 2 seasons, I should say, the Rams are 1-2-1 against the spread going into the Eastern Time Zone. And all that, especially with no Kupp or Stafford, they're fucked. They might not win a game the rest of the year if Kupp's out for a long time.
Yeah, and the worst
For the
part
rest of
about
the
it,
year.
they don't have any draft picks next year, so they're just completely.
I know,
fucked.
neither do the Saints, too. These are 2 teams that want to win this game, so they just don't give away like the 6th overall pick.
Yeah, they're like, let's just fuck someone else. Let's play Ruiner.
Well, like at least the Rams won a title. That's the thing. The Saints gave up
True.
their pick this year for Trevor Penning, and it's going to be like top 5. Yeah, they're idiots.
What is Trevor Penning doing right now?
I don't even know if he's been playing. I think he got hurt in the preseason.
He's been playing
if I'm
Madden.
not- Yeah, let's give it a Google about what Trevor. That was just the Saint. That made no sense. Has he been playing?
What is it? What's his
he's
mother's
still-
name?
Torn ligament in his foot, out indefinitely. Could return
wh-
by early
Yo,
November.
does it say his parents' name on there?
No, why?
No, I just wanted to know.
What side are you taking on this one?
I'm going Saints. Like, this game is gonna be like I probably won't even glance at this game for a second. It seems terrible. This is gonna be cock and ball torture. No,
Yeah, this game
No
is probably
doubt.
going to be very low scoring, if I had to guess.
yeah, I think both quarterbacks, if Andy Dalton starts, have college level talent. Andy Dalton at this point is abysmal to watch. He is sad. I really thought
Yeah, they're
he
starting
was
him this
kinda,
Sunday.
Yeah, I thought he was kind of good for a minute. Like, I'm like, okay, he's serviceable, but now he's showing his true colors. He's really not good at all. My only thought here is really that the Saints will outrun the Rams in the offense. I don't think they'll be able to keep up. But the Saints, I mean, I'll give credit. The Rams D is good just because they have the names and the talent, but the Rams offense is of homeless toffee.
Let's get into the next game. Bears going into Atlanta, playing the Falcons. Falcons favored by 3 at home. I'm back conducting this bitch.
You are.
Falcons -3. I'm back conducting the Falcons train. I think I've called every Falcons game correctly this year. I think I've missed it once or twice, but I've been on the right side in the Falcons game. I am their whisperer.
I'm
They're
not
going to
go
roll
back
this game.
to correct that, so I'll believe you.
I mean, we could do the research, but if you're a listener, you could. I believe I've missed them like once or twice, but I've been pretty on spot with their games. I faded them last week, took them the week before they pushed, but I've been pretty on point with them. I think they win this game outright, and -3. They're probably going to win by a field goal if they win. Everyone's going to be all over the Bears. Public's already on the Bears if you look on like Action Network and all the splits from like DraftKings, BetMGM, etc. I just think this is a fade the public spot and a spot where the Falcons can bounce back and win a game. There's going to be a battle of the run games. I feel like the Falcons' defense is a tad bit more serviceable than the Bears. Bears' defense is Swiss cheese at this point. They're both brutal, but the Bears' defense is total Swiss cheese, especially without Roquan Smith.
The Falcons is like a Gouda then. It's definitely a cheese.
They're both not good, but I just will take the home team in this spot, especially in a spot where everyone on the public is going to be on the Bears as an underdog. The way Justin Fields has been playing.
To all that bullshit you just spewed, I'm about to drop a bear on you.
Hit it.
You dropped a bear on me. Yeah, so this pick stems from my absolute fucking hatred for the Falcons this year. I barely bet them the first 4 or 5 weeks when they were undefeated against the spread. And then I'm like, you know what? Let me hop on this train. They fucked me a measurable amount of times in the ass. It was insane. I'm like, take me out to dinner first, you fucking piece of shit. Like, what the fuck? I mean, I'm done backing up the Falcons. I think Arthur Smith has to go. I think that team is awful. The management of that team is horrible. How in the world is Mariota? They must be just tanking or something. Because why is Mariota still in there? I'd rather take
obviously,
my shot at literally anyone else.
They want a quarterback in the draft. You think they want to make the wild card and pick or win the division? I should say they're not going to make the wild card. Probably.
But like their team is good. They just need a quarterback.
I
think their offense is good.
They have some good pieces, but Mariota sucks, and they still really don't have that much of a defense. So you get a good quarterback in there, obviously with London and Pitts, and they could draft a running back later because C-Pat's getting older. I think they'll be an interesting team in the coming years if they get a quarterback, but they're not good right now.
No, they suck
really on paper. Yeah, no, they're not good. But I'm taking them. I don't think the Bears are good either.
I feel like any money thrown on the Falcons this week would be better off going to like a homeless shelter or like animal cruelty organizations or something like that because this is an absolute waste of money. Bears are 4-0 in their last 5 games following an against the spread loss. These are all against the spread trends, by the way. Bears are 4-1 in their last 5 road games versus a team with a losing record. And then I have some Falcons trends to show you how mids they are. Falcons are 3-7 in their last 10 home games. This is against the spread. Again, just to reinforce that. Falcons are also 1-4 in their last 5 games in November. When it gets chilly, the birds flock down to Florida. Falcons are they're low on their flock, man. It's another thing I'm looking out for.
I disagree. On that note, let's get on to the next game. Commies going into Houston. After ending the Eagles' undefeated run, Commies are favored by 3.5 here on the road. I'm taking the Texans out right here. I'll eat the loss when they inevitably lose. I just think this is a huge letdown spot for the Commanders after that win last week.
Is this a scroll play?
I think Texans plus 3.5 I would consider a scrote play. Yes.
Okay.
I just think this is a huge letdown spot, back-to-back road games. I just think it's going to be hard for them to recreate what they did last week, having the ball for 45 minutes. I'm just going with my gut a little bit. I think this is a letdown spot for them. Commies have been playing well recently. They're hot. I just think it's kind of bound to level out eventually with Heineke because he is fun, but he does turn the ball over a good amount. And I think he's good for a pick or two every game.
Yeah,
There's going to be a game or two where
Jeremy Lin moment,
Yeah, there's going to be a game or two where it bites him in the ass when you play that style of quarterback. It's just the way it
aggressive.
is.
But you win games too,
For sure, for sure. I don't hate on Heineke. I think he has the intangibles that make a good quarterback. Everyone on that team seems to love him.
Maybe he just doesn't have the body type,
Yeah, exactly. They've been significantly better record-wise with him than they were with Carson Wentz.
Do you think when Carson comes back next week, Wentz plays?
No chance.
If they win
No
this
chance.
week,
No chance.
They
No
get blown
chance.
out this week. There's a talk.
But there's no way. I doubt it. I don't think you could play Wentz after the way Heineke played
No.
in his absence.
Especially when Wentz is playing like a chicken with no head.
Yeah, Wentz is an idiot.
Yeah, he's a goon. He's lost all mental capacity.
He's Brett Favre if he wasn't good at football or stealing money from poor people.
Yeah, like Robin Hood.
Yeah, no.
The reverse Robin Hood, I should say.
Yeah, piece of shit hood.
Yeah.
We'll call him that.
I'm going to take the Commanders because I'm on such a high note with them from last week when I called them beating the undefeated Eagles. It's tough for me not to take them again here in this easy spot. It seems too easy. It might be too easy.
It seems too easy. That's why I'm kind of fading it. Yeah.
But sometimes you don't want to think too much about that. They might just be setting a fair line. I'm convinced, this is also another point. Davis Mills doesn't know what modern medicine is or fitness. He has the body of like a 1960s mailman.
But that's kind of sick.
Not really. He looks like
hilarious. He's in the NFL.
He looks like a sick child with like a horrible syndrome.
No,
I feel bad for him.
He just has a long, goofy-ass neck.
And,
that's it.
I just feel like the Texans throw him out there, every week. They're like, yo,
he's the
don't
tank
suck
commander.
bad.
No, they don't care. He's a tank commander. They don't care. He's going to be their backup next year. They have their pick and the Browns' first pick.
You don't think
So
he looks like
a
1960s mailman, though?
Yes, that's a better comparison than a sick child.
I said that on top of it.
Yeah,
I didn't say
what
a sick
other trend
child
you have with
suffering.
the commies?
Commanders are 5-1 against the spread in their last 6 games in Week 11. These trends seem to hit every week, people. Hop on them. Favorite is 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 meetings against these two teams. I'm rolling with the favorites and the commies here. I think they have a sneaky good offense and a sneaky good D. So, you know what? The defense kind of won them that game the other day. I think the defense is going to... Texans might not score more than 10 points. So, and I think that the Commanders are easily going to score more than 10 points. I think they'll have to score 21 at least on this Texans Swiss cheese defense.
Let's get on to one of the next games of the 1 p.m. slate.
Yep.
This is an easy bet for me. Jets going into New England playing the Patriots. Patriots are favored by 3.5 points. Patriots is the layup bet of the week. This is the scrotum play, not the Texans. This is the ball sack play. This is easy. This is free money. Patriots are 12-9 against the spread at home since 2020. That's the post-Tom Brady era. 9-6 against the spread at home as a favorite in that time frame also. 2-1 against the spread at home this year. And they have also won 13 games in a row against the Jets. Have not lost against them since 2016.
Owns you guys. Sorry, I feel bad.
I just don't see it changing. Zach Wilson in 3 career games against New England, averaging 205 yards a game, 2-7 touchdown to interception ratio with a 50.5 passer rating. That's really bad if you don't understand football statistics.
That's disgusting.
Really bad. So I don't see any of that changing this week.
That's
especially
like
on the
Mayfield.
road in New England. Yeah, I just think that I can see the Patriots winning this game by like 2 touchdowns. Honestly, I think everyone's going to be all over the Jets, and rightfully so because they played great football recently. But this is definitely a thing where the Patriots just fucking own the Jets.
Yeah, this is my favorite play of the week. This might be the first time a mitzvah play aligns with a scrote play, which is cool. It's the eclipse of the plays.
The scrotum mitzvah play.
Yes. No, there's really no explanation needed here. Like Obi said, this is taking candy from a baby. Belichick licks his chops
They're
twice
just a
a
hex
year.
on the Jets.
They really
It's
are.
just like a hex. Yeah, but when they play the Patriots, I should say, not in general, because they've been very good this year.
I'm also, like, since we said I should do a Hanukkah play every week, I'm taking Patriots alternate spread -14 here. So
What are there odds on that? Can we pull that
I didn't
up?
check the odds on that, but
Let's see.
I should have before the show. It really just came to me now.
I think you have some trends about the Jets. Well, I'll look that up. But what
Yeah.
trends do you have about the Jets that kind of?
The Jets
Prove
are
your point
0-4 against the spread in their last 4 meetings against the Patriots. This won't change. I mean, there's probably have been some heavy Patriots, like -12s and -14s in there in these last 4 games, I'd have to say. This is probably the closest game besides the last game that the line was this close, you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
Jets are 1-5-1 against the spread in their last 7 meetings in New England. So, I think New England swallows the Jets up. There's probably no chance they win. I would expect them not even to go. A little
Hanukkah play. I got
Yeah.
the odds on the Hanukkah play.
Yeah, tell me the
Minus-
odds.
-13.5 is +300, and 14.5 is +350.
13.5. Official
plus
Hanukkah
300.
play. Stamp it.
Let's go. I like
mean,
that.
I think this gets out of control quickly. Just
I think
because
it
of
could.
picks.
Zach Wilson,
Interceptions.
Zach Wilson does Zach Wilson things. It could get ugly. Let's get into this next game, which is the easiest pick of the week for the First Ninjas podcast. This one's going to be quick, easy, and
There
to
should
the
be
point.
a button for this pick.
Yeah, that was easy button. Lions
that was
going
easy.
into MetLife Stadium, playing the 7-2 New York Football Giants.
Sucker!
Giants are favored by 3 points here. Obviously, we're taking the Giants.
Oh my
But-
god.
We don't need numbers. We usually just say Giants, go fuck yourself. But I'm going to give you a couple numbers about the Giants.
Drop a
They're
bomb
the
on
best-
the people.
They're the best team in the NFL this year against the spread. They're 7-2. The only other team that's 7-2 against the spread is the Titans. They're also 4-1 against the spread at home, 2-1 against the spread as a favorite. Have covered 4 of their last 5. Lions have won 2 games in a row. I feel like everyone thinks the Giants are due for a loss. I don't think so. I think they're going to roll this week. Giants
Oh my
-3 is the
God.
official pick.
Official. We're not making it the official First and Inches pick, though. Hell no. Because those
No, it
seem
is.
to go down the app. No.
I said the first
No,
Ninja's
no,
official
no,
pick
no.
was the Commies.
No. I don't think so.
Last week it was. Well, okay, never mind. Retract that statement.
I think it was the Lions, dude, last week. I have to say.
Yeah, but they covered +3. They covered and won.
No, but it was money line.
They won outright, too.
No, it must have been something, because I remember watching last Sunday, and I'm like, God, it's like 0 for 3 at this point. We can't be
Yeah,
giving out
whatever.
the
All
First
right,
and Inches
let's not do it.
lock of the years.
Yeah. I'm
I
assuming
mean,
you're taking the Giants
kind
here,
of
too.
like it's a trope on like, it's like we're mocking cappers.
yeah,
I'm taking the
we
Giants.
give out winners.
I don't need to say much about this, but I'll lead us into the next game. The Panthers at the Ravens. The Ravens are 13.5-point favorites.
13. Just 13 flat
13.
as of
Oh.
now.
Yes,
I mean, I could
13.
see that moving a little bit, but who knows?
Sorry, I just went into my time traveling machine and saw.
You're thinking of
really
you're
quick.
thinking of Patriots -13.5. We were just talking about.
Yes. Baker Mayfield is playing. This might be easier than the Giants game. I would, if there was lines on a Pee-wee football team versus Baker Mayfield and average NFL guys, I'm taking the Pee-wee football team, 12 to 13-year-olds. I'm not even kidding. They'll pick him off 6 times and make him cry.
I hate Baker Mayfield so much. There's nothing more in the NFL that literally grinds my gears than watching him
he's
on the sideline, play football. I can't wait for him to retire. I cannot wait.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest Baker Mayfield fan either. I'm going to take the Ravens here, too. I always ride with my boy Lamar. Ravens are 0-3-1 against the spread at home this year. I feel like that is notable to say. We should note that. This is interesting. I feel like this is a very large line. This could be – I don't have the most confidence in this pick, but I do think the Ravens will cover this 13, honestly. Andrews is supposed to be back this week. Baker Mayfield is the most hated man on the First Ninja Sports podcast.
If P.J. Walker was starting, I'd take the Panthers.
I probably would, too. But it's Baker, so...
Baker could lead the super team of men and superheroes to a defeated season, 0-17. You put him on an all-star team, it's the worst team in football. He is a disaster. I hate him. Please, if you're watching this, Baker, comment below, and you could beef with me if you want. Please.
I don't want Baker Mayfield's legal team on our ass.
I do,
Let's get into the last game of the 1 p.m. slate.
I have lawyers.
Browns going into Buffalo. Bills favored by 8 points here. I think I'm going to take the Browns on this one. All the forecasts coming out saying it's going to be like 3 feet of snow this week. I'm just kind of going to ride the weather there. If it turns into a run-heavy, slower game, that plays right into the Browns' style of football. Bills have been cold the last couple of weeks. Allen's been turning the ball over more than he has been. He's also hurt. I think this is an interesting line. I don't know if the Browns win, but I would definitely take them plus 8 points here in this spot, especially if it's a snowstorm on Sunday.
Oh, yeah, man. This is another easy play. I mean, if this is going to be a shit show because of weather, this is right up the Browns' alley, like no doubt about it.
It plays right into the way they play. They're going to run. They have 2 running backs. They can just give 25 touches if they wanted to.
Yeah,
if it's
and
3 feet of snow.
Showing how mortal they really are these last 2 weeks, especially
for sure.
Josh Allen. I mean, like you said earlier, his turnovers. I mean, where's this coming from? He's leading the league in turnovers. This was never the case.
It was the case early in his career, but it has not been the case. It has not been the case the last couple of years in his career. He's kind of reverted back to that rookie year, second year Josh Allen, where he's kind of throwing balls like behind his back, trying to make something happen into a defender's face. But that's definitely an interesting game. If that forecast comes true and it's really a snowstorm, snow football games are always the best. But if that is the case, I really do think that plays right into the Browns' style of football.
But, hear me out. It kind of also plays into the Bills' style of football. They play kind of like a hard-nosed. Josh Allen could really take over that game running.
Yeah, but Josh Allen's also hurt. They're not going to want him to have 20 touches on the ground.
I don't know, but he's a tough dude.
The Bills go fast to the line. They pass a lot. It definitely doesn't play into the Bills. It plays into the Browns.
I don't know, man. I think the Bills, but it's also like in Buffalo, they're used to this. It's a little different.
Let's get into the 4 p.m. games. Yeah, that's going to be a fun game. That is an interesting game to me. One of the more interesting games on the slate. 4 p.m. Sunday. We got 3 games late after the 1 p.m. games. First one might be the grossest game of all time. Raiders going into Denver playing the Broncos. Broncos are favored by 2.5 here. I mean, I'll kick it off. Raiders are my auto fade every week. I don't give a shit. It's been working. It's actually been working very well. Broncos are going to win this game. Josh McDaniels is an idiot. Broncos have a good defense. Derek Carr will throw a stupid pick. I just lean the home team here in this spot.
Ooh.
It's a shit fest. This game is a shit fest.
It's tough because who do I want to fade? I mean, like viewers, I suggest when 4 o'clock turns on and they show this game, go outside, breathe the air, enjoy life, because this is going to suck you dry. And literally, watching 5 minutes, this is statistically shown by surgeons, watching 5 minutes of this game will cause you terminal brain damage. It's going to be boring, over the top, drama between two of the quarterbacks because they're both crybabies at this point. After Derek Carr went on the podium, he's like, "It's tough going into the locker room every game when we lose."
Yeah, that was so. You used to ride this guy's Johnson, dude. You can't slander
Nah.
him. You used to be his biggest fan.
Nah, go
You
back
said
and
Raiders
watch.
division.
I said Raiders division. But listen, the beauty about sports journalism and podcasting is it's not serious.
I don't think we're doing journalism is like reporting on stuff.
We
at
are
the game.
reporting on it.
Yeah, I wouldn't call journalism is a little different. Podcasting for sure falls right to the category.
Yeah.
Journalism is like we're going to the game with a press pass.
Yeah.
That's how we're doing.
I think Russell Wilson and Derek Carr are gonna have a mud fight in bikinis to see who has the biggest puss. Like that's like my symbolization of this game.
That
And
is
for
a good
that
way
re-
to describe this game.
And for that reason, I'm taking the Raiders, going against my gut completely. I think Russell Wilson has a bigger puss and would probably win that fight, so I'm taking the Raiders.
This is a
And
game
re-
you should never touch.
Yeah. And you know what? This is a perfect time for a ding 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 80 environmental trend.
Oh, hit it. Aiden Earth Science.
Broncos are 1-4 against the spread in their last 5 games on grass. The grass monster comes and hates John Elway. So
They don't do good on grass.
no.
Interesting. This next game is also very interesting. A classic divisional rivalry. The AFC North rivalries I feel like get very physical and very chippy. This
Yeah, it's
one is
almost like
one
a
of the more
WWE match.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite rivalries in the NFL, honestly, in recent memory. Bengals going into Pittsburgh playing the Steelers. Bengals are favored by 4 points here, and this pick will shock a lot of the listeners. I'm taking the Steelers plus 4 here. I'm aware I trash the Steelers weekly on this show. I say they stink. I fade them every week. This is just the ultimate spot where the Steelers win for no reason. Getting T.J. Watt back makes him so much more competitive, makes him have an actual pass rush. Obviously, adding the best pass rusher in the league does do that. Tomlin, as a home dog in his career, is 15-5-1 against the spread and 14-7 outright. And he's been a home dog in a division game 6 times, 4-1-1 against the spread. He's been amazing in these spots.
Best coach in
Bengals-
football outside of Belichick, for sure.
Yeah, he's up there for sure. Bengals under Zach Taylor, they are 11-10 against the spread in these division games, but only 2-3 as favorites in these spots. Because earlier in their career, and even last year, they were dogs in a lot of these games. So they haven't been great when they've been favored within the AFC North under Taylor. I think this is a spot where the Steelers end up winning this outright. I'm not going to lie. But definitely with 4 points. They beat them outright week 1 in Pittsburgh on a field goal in overtime. I think this is another close, physical, chippy game. Within 4 points, I think this game is within a field goal either way. So take the Steelers plus 4 here.
Yeah, I'm on the Steelers, too. I think this game definitely comes down to a field goal. It's just one of those. It's going to be one of those nail biters. This is going to
It's
be
a
must-watch
rivalry game.
television.
These games are always close.
It's going to be fun to watch. I'm excited. This is going to be probably on my list of must-watch for the weekend, I think, because you know my heritage in the Steelers. This is always a great matchup. Them versus the Browns, them versus the Bengals, them versus the Ravens are
The
always
Ravens. Yeah, always great
amazing.
games.
Always.
Always great games.
I think a lot of people are going to be like, "Yo, Bengals -4. Let's tease that to plus 2 or 3."
Bengals money line is going to be like in everyone's parlay for sure. For sure.
Yeah. And Bengals are 10-22-1 against the spread in their last 33 meetings with the Steelers. That is horrendous. I mean, I know the Bengals were very bad years ago, but you have to think Tomlin has been there for a while, so he knows the culture.
33
he knows
meetings
how
is
they
probably
run.
almost all Tomlin. Tomlin's been there since 2007. So what? That's 33 games. That's probably
Yeah.
since 2005. So it's 2 years of Bill Cowher and the rest Tomlin. Yeah, so it's basically all Tomlin.
It's all Tomlin. Easily different, like coaching, like more easily different players, but I think coaching comes into
For sure.
comes into like spotlight here in divisional matchups, especially. Steelers are 4 1-1 against the spread in their last 6 games in Week 11. Another Week 11 star. And Steelers are 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 versus the AFC North. They own it. Steelers are always sneakily the best team in the AFC North. It's weird. Against the
Not
spread.
best, but they always play.
No, like-
they're always close, even when they're bad.
Against
they're
the
always
spread,
good yeah, they're good within division games. They always play well within the division.
It's coaching,
And that's,
right?
Yeah, that's on Tomlin. Yeah, that's Tomlin. For sure.
He makes his guys play well. It's awesome to see, though.
Yeah,
the unit.
they all realize division games are incredibly important. For
He
sure.
always sneaks in to the
Yeah,
playoffs.
they're obviously always very competitive. A lot of that is coaching. Last game on the 4 p.m. slate, the Dallas Cowgirls going into Minnesota playing the Vikings. Cowboys are favored by 1.5 here. And with that being said, I'm going to take the Cowboys and explain why. This is a little bit of a Mikey Sharps play.
Yeah.
We got some classic reverse line movement on this. This line opened at 1 earlier this week, like Monday, and it's already up to it already shifted to Dallas -1.5 from -1. Even though everywhere you look, public bets are on the Vikings. So that's a little bit of reverse line movement here. Classic Vegas reverse psychology. They want you to take the Vikings. I can see this going to 2. I think this is going to be an interesting game. I kind of lean the Cowboys because of their defense. Vikings coming off an emotional, crazy ass fucking win last week in Buffalo. Every game they've played has been close. Mm-hmm. I think the Cowboys are kind of due for a bounce back after last week too. So I'll take Dallas here.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you, mister. I mean, you really said it all, my friend. Like, the defense it's a really good matchup for me because it's kind of like
this might be the game of the week.
The unstoppable force versus the immovable object in the Dallas D versus the Vikings offense. It's going to be great, but this stat doesn't give me too much hope against betting on the Vikings. Cousins is 7-31 as a starter against teams with a winning record in his NFL career.
Yeah, that's gross as shit. And this
That's
is pretty
horrible.
interesting. You wrote this down. Cowboys are 4-0 against the spread in their last 4 games, following an against the spread loss.
And
So
a
they really-
straight up loss. So it's like,
So, yeah, I think this is a spot the Cowboys cover. And let's get into the primetime games here. The 2 primetime games. Sunday Night Football. Chiefs going into L.A. playing the Chargers. Chiefs are favored by 5.5 points here. This is another Mikey Sharps pick. I hate it. Another team I usually fade. I'm taking the Chargers here. This just falls into too many categories. I like to take a home dog, a division dog, a primetime dog. All 3 line up there. Chargers are also 4-1 against the spread against Kansas City since 2020. 2-3 outright. This will probably be like the Chargers losing the most Chargers way possible on a field goal. But I think you take this at like 5.5, 6 points easily, especially with these 2 teams. Chargers have played very well against the Chiefs, at least covering the spread the last couple of years.
yeah, I can't respect that pick at all. My
gut tells me the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs should win this game by 70, but they probably won't.
This is an against the gut play. I respect
It's definitely
that. You always
against a
gotta
gut
do 'em.
play. It's definitely
Sometimes
against
it
gut.
works.
I think, yeah, but it also lines up into like things I like. It's a home divisional primetime underdog.
Okay.
That's in the wheelhouse, dude. That's everything.
This is no surprise to you or any of the listeners. I never bet against Mahomes. It scares me the crap out of me. Like, it's just never a good thing. Even though you take a few losses here and there, it works out more of a time than you'd think. It also just makes it so much easier when Justin Herbert is on the other team. I can't wait for him to retire as well, even though he's pretty young. I literally have like a calendar where I'm like, days till his retirement. It's like 8 years from now, and I'm just crossing
He'll
out.
probably be playing for a while.
That's what I'm saying. He's going to be playing for a very long time. I mean, I don't wish any harm on him, but I just hope he walks away because he loves
I kinda just hate his
equestrian or
face.
something. You know what I'm saying? Like, he just likes something else. He's a wine connoisseur, a cheese expert.
Yeah, it goes Andrew Luck.
Yeah, he's a sommelier. So the Chargers are 3-10 against the spread in their last 13 games in November. Chargers are also 0-4 against the spread in their last 4 games in Week 11. These are all Justin Herbert stats, so they're all pretty relevant. And that's it.
Yeah.
That's all I got. I think the other trend I have might be with some Phillip Rivers.
That's definitely with Rivers and what was the other coach who sucked too. Oh my god, I was blanking on his name. What was that guy's name? He stunk. Anthony Lynn.
Oh my
Yes. That guy was rough.
Where's he now?
I don't know.
I've seen him.
He's probably once you're a head coach in the NFL, and even when you get fired, you're getting a spot as an assistant somewhere.
Yeah, Joe Judge has a spot somewhere. And he have a spot.
Matt Nagy's on the Chiefs coaching staff.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah. Last game of the week, Monday Night Football, another divisional primetime game here. 49ers going into Arizona to play the Cardinals. 49ers are favored by 8 points. Kyler Murray might not play again this week. I'm pretty sure I saw a report that says it's pretty likely he misses another week or two. So this will probably be the Colt McCoy-led Cardinals. And on that note, I like it even more. Give me the Cardinals +8. Same logic as the Chargers pick. A primetime, home, divisional underdog. 8 points is a lot of points on primetime, regardless of the teams usually. Cardinals are also 4-1-1 against the spread versus the 49ers under Cliff Kingsbury. So they've covered against the 49ers with Cliff.
They have their number.
There. I don't know. I didn't write down the straight-up record, but they have covered. And they are 8-point dogs here. Like I said, 8 points, I feel like, is usually a lot of points in most divisional games. I'm going to take the Cardinals here +8.
That just seems like such a disgusting pick.
It's so disgusting that I like it.
I know. There's no way that anyone's betting on that.
No,
you know what I'm
not
saying?
a chance.
It's going to be all Niners.
Cardinals money line. But I don't know. See, I want to have a counter to the Hanukkah play. I'm going to do the corned beef and cabbage play.
Okay.
The corned beef and cabbage play this week. Cardinals money line. I
That's
love
meaty.
the 49ers. Yeah. I love the 49ers, and I think they're going to go deep into the playoffs this year. But like I said, Cardinals are 4-1-1 against the spread versus 49ers with Kingsbury as their coach. Colt McCoy is a legend and led the Giants to an upset win against Seattle. Why can't he do the same thing this week?
Okay.
Why not Colt McCoy?
Listen, you just made me change my pick on air.
Corned beef and cabbage play. Cardinals money line.
I can't go against the corned beef and cabbage play, but I'm going to take the +8 points because it is still the Cardinals with Colt McCoy.
They still have weapons.
No, they do have weapons, but what I'm saying is it's Colt McCoy.
Yeah, he's a legend, dude.
As much as I hate Kyler Murray and all he does, Colt McCoy is not as good as Kyler Murray. We all know that.
Obviously not. But they're going to play a different style of football. They're not going to be. It's not going to be scramble
They'll play
around
safer.
and pray.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
I think +8 will probably be easy, especially if this does. I feel like this can go reverse line movement as well. Honestly, in like a sneaky way.
Yeah, for sure. Also, I believe the Cardinals are towards top of the league in turnovers forced, and we know Jimmy Garoppolo sometimes likes to throw a ball into triple coverage.
Yeah, blindfolded.
For sure. I think this is just a classic divisional dog spot where you take 8 points and run. And then you'll be
With a
laughing
money
by
line.
Yeah, you sprinkle. Do a little sprinkle. But that's a classic divisional game. You take, you're 8 points, and then you're laughing by the third quarter. You're like, how the fuck was it? Like the Commies game the other night. It was 11 points. If you took +11, you were peeing your pants in the second quarter. You're like, this is not losing.
Yeah, literally. Or if you took the money line, the Hanukkah play.
If you listen to the Hanukkah.
You would have been shitting your pants the whole way through.
For sure. And that's it for the Week 11
that
slate
wraps
of the
that up.
NFL. Thank you guys for listening. Like, subscribe, follow us on all the socials down below.
Yes.
We love you.
We love
Thank you guys for listening.
Good night.
And peace out. Good night.